Hey friends, welcome back and Happy New Year. It's officially 2024. This is an 8th year, so according to numerology, this is all about power and money and getting things like career, government, all those things in order. So this should be a huge year for all of us. I mean, we're seeing a lot of craziness around the world, and everybody's going through their own spiritual awakening. This is what I was talking about in my last video, and that I had a very turbulent experience through awakening, and it can be turbulent. However, when you have the right tools and the right support system, you can actually go through this experience gracefully. So if I had known what I knew now, it could have been a lot more of a smooth experience. So like I said, I launched my process called Alchemy Code just a couple weeks ago, and I have a couple more spots available. So if you're interested and you just want to do a 1 hour consultation with me, we can kind of see where you're at. Just let me know, just message me, write yes, and I will write back to you right away, and then we can find a time to link up. And I'm also giving you some free tools. One is called the self-analysis, know thyself, and how well do you know yourselves? This is a questionnaire that actually asks you some key questions on how you perceive yourself, how do you perceive your reality, is there an entity outside of you that controls everything, do you believe in God, are you an atheist? There's literally no judgment at all. It's just to see what your operating system is. Like, what are the belief systems that are really underneath it all, and how are you actually moving through time and space? Like, what do you do daily? What are your daily rituals? So there's some really key questions, including your birthday, your numerology. These are all different factors that kind of tune into your individual soul and why you are here. And this is what my work does. Even though there's a therapeutic aspect to it, we do some clearing of the subconscious. I give you some recordings. They're guided recordings that use solfeggio frequencies to help get back into tune and in alignment with self. And there's some self-therapy tools as well that you can use just when you feel triggered or you feel you're a little bit off. You can use these tools to really get into alignment. So the exciting part of all of this is once you get to the root of what's holding you back and update your software, is like what I like to say, is that you start to operate from a different place and where it's more unlimited, right? Like when you look at nature, you look at the wind, you look at the ocean, you look at animals, they're unlimited. They don't have all the heaviness that have been programmed into us. And once we clear those things that are kind of weighing us down, we can go into the exciting part, which is the coaching aspect in extracting your mission, your purpose, and your vision, and me holding you accountable to take action daily towards that end result. And that's the exciting process. That's the really awesome part. That includes creating your ideal business, or getting to the ideal weight. It's a holistic process. It includes everything. There's nothing that I leave behind. So if you're interested, just message me. I'll get back to you right away. And like I said, there's no pressure at all to work with me. I can at least give you an hour of my time and give you some basic tools to kind of lead you in a direction that will serve you best. I was watching TED Talks the other day, and I want to share with you a quote by Dr. Calfred Broderick, and he talks about the transitional character. And quote, "A person who in a single generation changes the entire course of a lineage, who somehow find a way to metabolize the poison and refuse that were passed on to their children. They break the mold. Their contribution to humanity is to filter the destructiveness out of their own lineage so that the generations downstream will have a supportive foundation upon which to build productive lives. So I realized I am a transitional character, and there is a reason why I didn't immediately get married and have children. Not to say you can't do this work while if you're married and you have kids. However, I didn't want to have children and pass on all of this dysfunction to them without actually doing the work. And I feel like this is the reason why society is crumbling. We're actually going through a spiritual crisis. It has nothing to do with politics, even though that's one layer. These are all belief systems that are kind of put into the matrix around us to keep us enslaved, to keep us divided. Once you start talking about politics or sexual orientation or certain subjects that get people triggered, it puts us into this duality, and that's what this matrix is made of. It's a binary code that our brain is interpreting, that is decoding, right? So we want to move beyond duality. We don't want to choose one side or the other. Not to say that I don't respect people's opinions. However, we want to break through that mold to really see all perspectives. And once we can see all perspectives, we can have compassion and have understanding for each other. We can still hold our own perspectives, but if we don't see things from another angle, then we are really limiting ourselves. So I wanted to share my vision with you as well. So my vision for myself is to live it on purpose, to really help be the container and be the support network to help other people live the life of their dreams and to heal themselves completely. And one of the big things is that I want to help build New Earth. And so what does that mean? I believe that the future is really not waiting until the government tells us what to do, and we wait until we get bagged and tagged and vaxxed and all these things that we're told is good for us, is really to keep us in a network of control. And I believe the future is really people living in highly evolved societies. And I live down here in Mexico, and I'm in contact with a lot of landowners, and I also have a lot of friends that you're just tired of the rising prices and control and working a job that they hate, and we all want to pool our money together and buy land and live off grid and live in joy and celebrate and learn and have people come teach many different pieces of information that have been held back from us about how the world works, and grow our own food and have total freedom, travel the world. However, isn't it good to know that your survival self is taken care of and you're living in a free, abundant society? And there's some amazing properties in the jungle here, where there's tropical fruit, and we can get free power through using technologies like the Tesla coil and using the sun and wind to create free energy for ourselves. So that's kind of one of the projects that I want to do, and anybody that joins my community can link up with all of their friends and family that have a similar idea, and they can pool their money together and buy land out here. I mean, it's really cheap. Look at Vancouver. Like, you're living in a fancy rat cage for like $2 million. You have to be a millionaire or get into debt from the banks to own something, right? The government can seize that at any point. We don't know what direction the government's going. They can shut everything down. They can stop the supply chains. I'm not trying to spread fear, but on some level, on a survival level, when we're always making money to survive, then we are in the lower vibrational frequencies. We're in the lower chakras. We're in the survival mode, right? So if we have that covered and we're living in free, abundant, sovereign communities, then our survival is taken care of no matter what. If something happens, like a solar flare, or something happens where everything's shut down, or supply chains are cut off, we've got our own food, we've got our own power, we've got our own technology. So that's covered, so we can actually thrive. And that's what I'm more interested in, is thriving on all levels. So that's kind of like the bigger vision that I'm putting forward. And if you're interested in any of this, just write yes or write a comment, and I'll get back to you and we can discuss this. And if you just want to be part of the community and link up with like-minded people, and you don't want to do the coaching with me, that's cool too. I just want to sort of have a container and where everybody can, link up, like-minded people, and really attract my soul tribe, you know. So I've lost a lot of family, and when you lose people that are really close to you, like your parents and loved ones, you seek your soul tribe. And my friends have been my family, and they're kind of doing their own thing in the matrix. And I've been trying to get them down here to Mexico and say, hey, come on, let's all come together. Let's work on our projects. Let's create multiple streams of income and live our ultimate lives, be highly evolved beings and create new earth. That's what I'm all about. So anyways, that's what I want to share with you. If you are interested or you just have a comment, just let me know and I'll share some of my tools with you, and we'll go from there. Anyways, I am sending you lots of love, and thank you so much for listening, and God bless.